So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the process of being able to use Google Classroom as the app. You can see when we open up Google Classroom, we have various different classes we're part of. The first one here is Maths 1-1. And what we want to look at is how we can actually select an assignment, go into it, and do various things. There's generally speaking two things we're going to do. We're either going to do a task which involves uploading files, or as a task where we're just going to do something somewhere else and then just mark it as done. So we're going to go into the BirdMaths one. This is an example of a task where we're not being asked to upload anything. We're just being asked to do something, click on a link in this particular case, and then afterwards we mark it as done to say that we have done that task. So you can see at the bottom you've got a place for your work. Now you're not going to hand in work. As I said, you're clicking on a link. You can add class comments and you can add other comments. So here's your work. You can add an attachment if you want to. This task doesn't require us to add an attachment. All we're needing to do is mark as done. Now you can add an attachment if you want. You can see all the options there, but we don't want to do that. All we want to do is mark as done. So let's get rid of that. And we're going to just mark as done. So we're saying to the teacher, I've read the instructions, I've done the task, and now I'm just saying, I've done it. So mark as done, click on mark as done, and you're sorted. If you want to add in private comments and so forth, you can separately. But the key thing here is you mark as done, and then it says now, the assignment is marked as done. If you want to unsubmit it, it's like taking the book back off the teacher. You can do that, but we don't need to. So that's your work. So you either mark it as done or add an attachment, and we'll talk about adding an attachment in a moment. So if we go back to the other task, give me a second here, sorry. Come on, why is it? Sorry about this. Now, if we go back out, so by the way, you can access all your tasks from the class there in the list there, or you can access it from the class. You can see now you've only got one task available to you, coordinates in the first quadrant. And lastly, be aware that you can access it from the to-do list. I'll show you that in a moment as well. So here you go, to do. You can see the tasks that are required there, the things that have not yet been done, okay, by this particular student. And they can click on coordinates in the first quadrant there, or they can go back to their classes and see the task there, the class there, or you can go to classes and see the task there. So we're going to click on the task, coordinates in the first quadrant. We go into the file, it asks us to do something, and it's going to ask us to upload photographs. So this is where, in the Your Work section at the bottom, we can just add an attachment. We can add all sorts of files. We can add in photographs. So here, I'll just take a photograph. Make sure you zoom it and make sure it's focused. Don't try and do it to one side. Keep it right above the piece of paper as best as possible. Take the photograph. If you're not happy with it, once you've taken it, you can always retake, or you can use the photograph. So we're going to use the photograph. It takes a moment to upload. It's a bit slow. You just have to be patient. It'll appear in a moment. There you go, that's it. If you want to add further attachments, so I took a photograph, but you could always pick a photograph that you've already taken a photograph of previously. So pick photograph, brings you into your camera roll, and you should find the file you want to add in. Again, it takes a moment to upload. Once it's fully uploaded, there you go, the second one, you can now hand in. So it's not mark as done this time, it's hand in. You're handing in these files, the photographs that you've taken. It doesn't have to be photographs. It can be, a Google Doc or whatever. Whatever the teacher asks you, they'll make it clear in the instructions. You can add private comments if you want as well. They're separate. You still have to actually click on hand in. Once it's handed in, it says that's the case. You can unsubmit it if you want. But the key thing here is that the file's done. The assignment's done. It's not there anymore. It's not on the to-do list anymore. Okay? So that's, generally speaking, the process of assignments.